Yo, what's up? It's Reform the Norm, aka Croc, and today I'm about to tell you a story that happened on a school field trip in GTA, of course. Of course. And I'm just going. I mean, I would do a bunch of cutaways, but to be honest, I'm just gonna give it straight raw because I don't really kind of feel like doing all that, and I just feel like people would get sick of that. All right, anywho, but disclaimer though, before I dive in, I just want to make sure and make this clear that this is my personal experience. All right, I'm not telling you to go do what I did in GTA, and if you do, that's on you. But don't come back to me saying you heard it from me and now something went wrong. I'm just sharing my story, and I just want to say, doing drugs and doing all that type of stuff. If you're gonna do that, be safe with that. In GTA, of course. In GTA, of course. But just be safe with that. So, a little background before I get into like the story. The field trip was for a class called Travel and Tourism. I don't know about you guys, but my senior year was like it was fucking weird to be honest, cuz like I was in a depressed state and I felt like I needed to do something reckless. Why? I don't know. But I ended up sneaking some stuff on the trip. Some shrooms and my weed pen or a cart in GTA, of course. So we had to wake up early, like 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, we had to wake up at like 5:30, but everyone had to be at the school who attended the trip by like 6:30. There was a last minute change for one of my classmates that wasn't coming, and my teacher asked me to check on them before we left. Long story short, they didn't come. That's all fine. So now we hit the road. We're on our way to Orlando for Magic Kingdom. On the way, we stopped for a pit stop, and I grabbed Wendy's. I ate one burger, but couldn't finish the second one. So I gave it to my classmate. But like before we left, I was in the bathroom smacking my cart, and I took two pieces of the shroom bar. Now I had four pieces in total, but the other two pieces I didn't take. I just wrapped it up in a napkin in my backpack just in case. So as we're already in Orlando, we're like 10 minutes. As we're at the pit stop. We're like 10 minutes away from Magic Kingdom. So okay, we get off the bus. We're at Magic Kingdom now, and I'm feeling it already. The shrooms, the shroom bar is kicking in. I'm vibing. Now we got to go through security, and for some reason, they decide to search me, but nothing happened. I get through with everything, and we're heading to the boat to get to the island. And I know you guys are like, duh, they're gonna search you. You just said you had a book bag, but it's like my classmate had one too, and they ain't search him. So I was feeling a little played. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling a little played, but it was fine. I end up getting in, no problem. The cart's in my pocket, by the way, and he's using like the fucking the wavy detector. You know what I'm talking about, like the little thing that detects. I can't think of it, but you know what I'm talking about. So at this point, the shrooms are kicking in, and I'm feeling pretty good. And my classmates and I are heading towards the rides, and we're going on Space Adventure ride first, and I'm chilling. But the wait in the lines, like they're fucking me up. Like they're like blowing my high to be honest, because we're just stuck in those lines. So yeah, I'm having a good time, but I'm also frustrated with how long everything's taking. After we go on a few rides, we grab lunch. I'm so full that I can't even eat as much. Like I'm full from the burgers from Wendy's. It's honestly like insane. Like I was full throughout the whole day. Like it was crazy, bro. So, but like when we went to go get lunch at 12, I only got food to avoid the awkwardness. Then I take two pieces of the shroom bar. Again, I take some more, and I'm hitting my cart in the bathroom in GTA, of course. In GTA, of course. And at this point, my character is really feeling it, if you know what I mean. So we hit more rides, but again, the lines were just way too long. So I'm not really having as much as fun as I thought. But like I'm having fun, but it's just the fact that I hate waiting in these lines. Like it's blowing me. Like it's low key blowing me. But it's fine. So fast forward, it's 6 p.m. and I know you're like, damn, how the fuck do you just jump from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock? Well, between those times, we really didn't do nothing but like eat lunch, and then we rode like a couple more rides, like the bumper carts. Well, they weren't bumper carts, but it was just like a little track you had to go on. So we're just riding on them. I took a video, if I have like if I can, and I'm editing, I'm like doing this video on Share Factory. So like if I can find a way like to put all that stuff in there, I'll put like a little clip of me, on the carts when I was there. So now it's 6 p.m. and I'm full as hell now. I'm still full as hell from the burgers and lunch. So we ended up going to dinner at this point, and I'm just over it by this point, to be real with you. But I don't want to waste money, so I go into the bathroom. Oh, and what I mean by I don't want to waste money is because I had to pay $60 to go to the dinner, and like I said, I'm still full from these burgers. But like I said, to avoid the awkwardness, I just ended up getting food. So as I go in the bathroom to throw up, like I'm throwing up everything I ate, so I just can try to eat something. It's this guy going to like town. He's taking a shit. Like he's going to town. Like his feet are at a 90-degree angle. Like both feet like are in my stall, toes out and everything. I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I'm sitting there. I couldn't help but to laugh, but like I have my hand over my mouth, and at this point, I lost my cart and everything. Like I don't know like where it's at. Like I've been lost it, but it's fine. It's just I didn't really care because I think I had another one at home. But anywho, besides the point. So after I'm done throwing up, I head back to my table. I tell my classmates what I saw, and one of my classmates he went in there and he still like he went in the stall that the guy was in. Like the guy was gone at this point, obviously, and he's like, "Holy shit!" He texts me. He's like, "Bro, this guy just dropped the fucking log in the toilet." And then like, and I'm pretty sure because like I said, he has both feet in my stall at this point. When I was in there. So after all the rides, it's about time to head home because like we had to be back for like for the trip like at we had to meet back at the flag post like at 8:30. Like at 8:30. Like the no at 8 to be honest. Like you still could have been out, but it was best for you to come back at 8 cuz to watch the fireworks show. Then after that, we had to leave. So if it sounds like I'm reading off a note, I am because I don't want to lose my points because I know that I'm that type of person. I'd be forgetting. I stumble over what I say, and I still like feel like I'm doing it, but you know what I'm saying. You know, just reading off the notes. It's all good though. So anywho, where the hell was I at? So okay. So after we meet with our teacher, I tell her, some of the things that went on. I tell her, hey, yeah, I threw up and stuff to eat, and she was like, oh my god, it sounds like you had an eventful day, and I'm like, yeah, you could say that. And we just watching the fireworks. We watching the fireworks show and stuff. Now after the trip, I'm just wiped out. I had work the next day, but it's like damn well I wasn't going because we didn't get home till like 12 o'clock, bro, on a Friday. No. We got back to the school. Excuse me. We got back to the school at 12 o'clock. I didn't get back home till like 12:30, bro. Cause like we couldn't leave until everyone who like planned, like not the people that planned the trip, the people that paid to go. We couldn't leave until they got picked up, and it was like two people that were taking fucking forever, bro. And I'm just like, bro, come on, bro. And then what pisses me off is like the five people that went in my group, like three of them left. Three of them left. So it's just the two. It's just the two of us. It's just two people there. I'm not gonna say their names, but it's just the two of us there, and we all just chilling. But we want to go home because we're like, bro, hurry up and call y'all people, bro. It's to the point I'm like, bro, like I might give y'all a fucking ride if y'all need one, cause like, bro, I want to go home, bro. Like I want to go home. But anywho, they rides ended up coming and stuff, and yeah, man, I ended up going home. Like I said, I called off work because I would have been damned if I was going there. Like I was not doing that. Like I was not going there. Like I'm good off that. That was straight. And yeah, man, that's pretty much how my day went. I wouldn't say I learned the lesson because at the end of the day, I had fun. The only lesson I can sit there and say I learned in GTA, of course, like I said, is if you're gonna go and do what I did, make sure you have the lightning pass. And like I said, I mean, I'm not encouraging anyone to go do what I did. I'm not saying what I did was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting there saying, if you're gonna do it, just you be responsible. Because if anything would have went wrong, I really didn't care. Because like I said, the point I was at in my life, it didn't matter. That's why I feel like I really did this. But I mean, if you're gonna do that, just you be careful. But like I said, I'm not even gonna suggest anyone go do that because I'm not gonna be the fucking co-founder, the founding father of some fucking trend of sneaking things in, places. People do it all the time, but like I said, I just don't want to be the founding father. Some shit goes wrong. Now the fucking, I don't know, FBI new and the fucking news team is at my door and they're saying, hey, you're responsible for, because I'm like, no, the fuck I wasn't. Because I put the disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the school trip. And I don't know if I explained what the class was. So, I mean, basically, like the class was, hold up, it was basically like you plan a school, like you plan a trip wherever you want to go. Like, you plan that trip and like y'all go over everything, bus tickets, all that good stuff. That's the point of the class. You can do your own more research on that if the class sounds interesting. Your school could have it. But yeah, bro, that was my story of shit. I took, my weed pen and 4 pieces of shroom bar, and I geeked on the trip. And GTA, of course, of course, of course. Why do you keep saying in GTA? I'm pretty sure everyone, with a logical, fucking brain knows why. If you don't, because I don't want to make it like I'm advertising that, you know, which I'm not advertising. Like I said, that's why I gave the disclaimer. Like I said, but yeah, man, that was that was my fucking adventure, bro. And I mean, if y'all fuck with stories like this, I mean, I could go through some more because I definitely got some crazier ones. But that was really just my story how I geeked at Magic Kingdom on a school trip. And yeah, y'all have a good day.